listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode 361, Deep Purple live in Liverpool, March 15th, 1976. And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where we're out looking for beavers, I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John Meatball Soup Matola.
Okay, so for those of you who missed the last episode, our new game is AI or JI. Did AI come with John's nickname, or did JI, meaning John Intelligence? Meatball Soup. I'm going to say it's AI.
J.I.
Oh, so you got me. You simplified it because you went a little off the rails last week. So I was second guessing myself.
Yeah, I went a little too complicated. I copied the idiocy that AI did.
Yeah, the weird formula, that it was using. Meatball soup, though, is that like an Italian wedding soup?
Yeah, but I just decided to do something dumb. I have some Italian wedding soup in the fridge, which I think I defrosted from, I want to say Thanksgiving.
All right.
Yeah, cleaning out the freezer. So we got to move product.
We've been cleaning out the freezer for like 4 months now. It's just as full as ever. We just can't get ahead of it.
Well, my problem is as soon as it's empty enough, new shit goes in. So it's like I can never. I mean, I don't want it to be like empty, but I mean, there's like some old shit that I need to like. Let's eat this, Let's.
Well, Jen made a fantastic shepherd's pie the other night. So.
My mom made one the other night when we went over for dinner.
So we got some of that in the freezer now.
Oh no, that's fridge baby. That's not lasting any more than 2 days.
She made a lot. All right, folks. So if you want to support the Deep Purple podcast, there's a few things you should know. One is that we were 100% listener supported. So if you don't support us, if nobody supports us, we get no support. But thankfully, we get a lot of support from our wonderful patrons. You become a patron on Patreon or on PayPal for as little as $1 a month. You can also buy some merch at our Etsy shop. It did have a sale the other day. Nathan from North Dakota ordered a beanie. So, or a toque, or a knit hat, or scully, whatever you want to call it. So I shipped that out yesterday, so you should be receiving that soon. Appreciate the purchase. We do have those available, as well as t-shirts and mugs on our Etsy store. There's a bunch of different ways you can support the show in the show notes. And as a supporter of the show, you get access to our patrons-only Discord channel, our ratings spreadsheet, invites for our live stream episodes, links to submissions for all of our rankings episodes, and access to our Too Hot for YouTube forbidden episodes via Patreon. So speaking of the folks that support our show, at the executive level tier, at the wonderful, at the in memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald Jerry Kelly and family. At the $25 uncommon man tier, we have Ovis Nakfi. At the 20 is plenty tier, we have Alan. At the 10-pound good doctor tier, we have Dr. Mike Catan. At the turn it up to $11 tier, we have Clay Wambacher, Frank Thielgard Mortensen, Mickelstein, Will Porter, PhD BP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Bagford. At the $10 Someone Came tier, Ryan M., Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans. And Peter from Illinois. At the £8 lesser-known patrons tier, we have Robert Smith. And at the Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
What cock? Hitch who?
Feelings on fire tonight.
All right. Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support. We also have our Hall of Famers, including
Rich, Yangui, Shayla. Who the hell is that?
Jorg Planer and Norman Weichelbaum. Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. And speaking of those rankings episode, the next one up is a little album we like to call So you'll definitely not want to miss out on that one. And that's we need your rankings by March 30th. So we're almost there. And then we'll be talking about the album that we're going to touch on a bit today. So, John, I was thinking about handling this one a little different than normal. I thought it's a bootleg. It's not the world's greatest quality. I figure we'll just put it in the background as a bed. We can talk about the show. We can listen when we need to listen. And then more importantly, make sure we come with our Deep Purple Come Taste the Band classics.
Right. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. See, now I have my empty one.
Oh, you already chugged that?
No, I have two of them. This is the empty one.
Okay. Because you just showed me a completely full one about 5 minutes ago.
No. This is just like, they do on those cooking shows. They show you the unfinished one, and then they turn around. They're like, I've had this one. And see, here's my filled one, everybody.
I don't remember opening this, so I hope it's okay.
What is it?
It's Ville Ferme. It's a
Ah.
French. I was looking for the closest I could come to a sweet Burgundy.
Oh, well.
Someone up. Listen to that ASMR. Pouring a little glass. Give you a little virtual cheers. I won't leave any lipstick marks on this glass, though.
Sweet Burgundy.
This one's not that sweet. I wonder if it was opened already.
Sweet Apothic Red.
This one's not that great. Was it already open? It was in the wine rack.
Well, it's, this is really performative anyway. We're drinking out of these wine glasses because it's Mark IV.
It's not vinegar, so I guess I'll drink it. If I keel over halfway through the episode, you'll know why.
Got it.
So, so picture it. Liverpool, the Ides of March, 1976. The band is on stage at the Empire Theatre in Liverpool, tuning up. So got these, there's a few different sources for these tracks here. Talked to Jeff Bryce last night, who sent me over his audio cassette copy. So I've got that one. It says thank you, Liverpool. Yeah, he kind of breaks up a little bit in the vocals at first there. So it's a tune-up. Well, they say tune-up, but just getting warmed up, and then they go into burn. So this is it. This is obviously, and if you're not aware yet, the last show that they performed in the 70s before the breakup.
So is this was the show where they went backstage and they're like, that's it. We quit.
Exactly. The one where John Lord and Ian Pace apparently made the decision that was the end, and then David Coverdale came in and said, I'm leaving the band, and they said, there's no band to leave, because they'd already made the decision to break up. At least that's how John Lord tells it. There's a great documentary about this called Getting Tighter, about the whole Mark IV debacle. I don't want to say debacle, but the whole, it's, started with that horrendous trip to Indonesia and all the troubles they had up through this. So obviously there was some really good stuff. And somebody was just sharing today that, the Wings of a Russian Foxbat, Phoenix Rising, whatever the heck, it's got all those different names that we covered a while back. And talking about how that was kind of restored everyone's faith in Mark IV live when that came out. But this one, obviously, the recording quality of it is not stellar. But we got some.
Doesn't sound like it.
You're doing that thing again where your video is not synced up with your audio. Oh.
Yeah, you were very you went into robot voice for a few seconds earlier.
But I'm normal now?
Oh, nope.
No, okay. Well, you want to just leave and then come back? We'll just do it. You can keep recording. No, I'll take the listeners on a journey here. While John signs off.
All right, I'll be back.
And then he comes. I'll be back. While John does his best Arnie impression. So obviously, opening with Burn here. They do announce that they're going to be doing some songs from the new album. And Lady Luck, and Getting Tighter, and Love Child are next, so keeping true to form. But this show took place at the Empire Theatre in Liverpool, as previously stated. It opened in 1925 and underwent its first renovation immediately after this. 1977, and it was renovated again in 1999. There was a lot of confusion around this, and again, thanks to Jeff Bryce for helping me figure it out. But one of them is called "Come Taste the End." It's the typical.
I like that.
The typical shot of Tommy drinking from the weird foggy drink that he's drinking, whatever it is.
Looks like a margarita from here.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I remember, like, as a kid looking at those pictures and thinking, like, it looks like he put, like, milk, or, like, skim milk or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I always thought it would look like I don't know, like dirty dishwater or something.
It's based on the
probably
look
that fucked up. He was probably like, I don't care what I'm drinking.
Well, based on the look on his face, I'm assuming it was somewhat enjoyable.
Yeah.
He's not recoiling. And look at how dirty his fretboard is. He needs some work.
Yeah.
There's that famous story like Richie tells of like he goes where Richie's like went over to Tommy's house and Tommy's like, "Hey, you want to play one of my guitars?" And Richie's like, "What is going on? Like, what is up with your strings?" He said the strings were just like rusted and crusty, and he's like, "What's up with your strings?" And Tommy was like, "Oh, you think I should change them?" Like, but anyway, so some of the versions of this seem to indicate that this show is mislabeled as the 15th. It's actually the show on the 13th in London. But it says Liverpool on it. And there's a picture of all of them looking quite drunk at like maybe a hibachi restaurant or something. And this one comes with an interview with Tommy Bolin, which maybe I'll stick on the end of the episode.
Come taste the hibachi.
Come taste the shrimp when we fling them in your mouth.
Like the front of it is just the chef with those two spatulas. That'll be the front cover. Like no members of the band, just like hibachi chef.
That would be pretty great. Okay. Then we've got this one, Deep Purple live in Liverpool, which is one of those famous photos where Glenn wasn't in the photo shoot.
Oh.
It looks like, I don't know what looks like Tommy is doing. It looks like he's like,
he looks like he's auditioning for Sex and the City.
as the role of Samantha.
It's just like, all right, you got it, Samantha.
That's fine. I could totally see her wearing that outfit.
We'll definitely consider you. So wait by your phone.
I thought it looked like he was doing like one of those, what do you call it? Like the pottery thing that spins around, but it's invisible.
Maybe they could They Photoshop Patrick Swayze into the background. Well, so far these covers are awesome.
Yeah, John's got like the John looks like he just got done painting his living room. He's got like paint splattered pants, or maybe it's just dirty. Maybe the thing is just dirty. I don't know. So yeah, that's a few of the different covers. I don't know if I have any other different covers here. There's a lot of other stuff though. So look here. So this was part of the UK tour. So you've got this. This is from New Musical Express. It looks like March 6th. It says. And they were appearing with Straps, which was the band that had Mick Underwood in it. Special guest Straps. So this says they played Granby Hall, and then 2 back-to-back at the Empire. And I think that's probably why there was confusion, because they played at the Empire Pool in London, and then they played the Empire in Liverpool. So it's probably why the 13th and 15th dates get messed up. They played the Apollo in Glasgow on the 14th and the Empire in Liverpool on the 15th. So 11th through the 15th, 5 shows for the UK tour. It says Thirsty, and it shows Come Taste the Band album cover. There's another ad for it. Purple Maker, Deep Purple are back. This is March 13th.
Not for long.
Yeah, they're back. But this is the only time they had played... or I should say the first time they had played England in a while. I want to say, did they play on the Stormbringer tour? Stormbringer tour? Stormbringer tour? Let's see here. So we had some technical difficulties, and I think I had a little too much wine while we were fixing them. See, they had trouble with their equipment too. So let me see. In tour 3, let's see. Did they play the UK at all? Oh yeah, they played the UK in '74. So I guess it was the first time in almost 2 years they had been, which in those days probably was an eternity. All right, so the announcers are playing songs of Come Taste the Band. Good reaction from the crowd.
As this should be.
He's just listing all the albums they're going to be playing songs from. This is the official UK tour program. We'll get into that in a little bit. Ticket stub.
Nice.
I say rock and roll a lot. So they go into Lady Luck. £2 and 20 pence to get into the show. Not bad. I mean, I get it with like inflation and everything, but come on, like it would cost you well over $100 to get into a show like this nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Even for the cheapest possible seats. I'm going to my favorite inflation calculator here to see what this would
what this would be today.
Let's see if we can find one that does it in pounds. UK inflation calculator. £2, 20 pence. Oh, wow. You can go back to 1751 with this one. No, let's go to 1976. It doesn't tell me what it would be. Oh. Yes, it'd be £20 today.
And what is 20 pounds in...
Now I need my pounds to dollars calculator. $27.50. That's dirt cheap. So let's listen to Tommy play this solo. I know it's not the greatest quality.
Well, kind of sounded like he was on his game for that one. I mean, that wasn't the most complicated solo on the album.
It's also hard to tell with the quality.
Yeah.
So here's a picture of them at this show. Like the ladder in the background.
Yeah, we're just doing some repairs afterwards. Don't worry about it.
In between songs, you hear like, bam, 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 bam.
They all turn around. It's like, don't worry about it. We just got to spackle some holes up here in the ceiling.
There's an overhead. So Tommy must have started the show with a very fringe heavy, like cowboy jacket almost. And he probably shed it partway during the show. Tech in the background doing a little cymbal change. So Deep Purple already sold out one of a handful of dates. The mighty Deep Purple, whose recent albums have failed to impress.
Fuck out of here.
Only Lord and Pace remained from the lineup, which saw Purple at their zenith. Oh, here's a song for you. It's a song about what?
Getting pissed?
Oh, maybe. So maybe that's why. I know there was a lot of in interviews, it was implied that the song was about getting wasted and
What? What's
like
the
getting
song?
tighter.
Oh. Yeah.
And Glenn denied it. He said he doesn't obviously hide the fact that he was using a lot of drugs, but he says he didn't like write songs about it.
Yeah.
So he was saying it more like in the musical sense, like we're getting tighter. Right, so this one, let's see what else we have here. Deep Purple have at last confirmed that they will undertake a short British tour in March, with one night at Wembley's Empire Pool on March 13th and one at Glasgow's Apollo on March 15th. Bruce Payne, the band's US agent, said that further British gigs will be arranged for the May-June period as part of a full European tour. Their March itinerary is restricted by the solo career of Tommy Bolin, who's going out on the road in the States during the spring as a headliner with his own band. Is that kind of having like a... Oh. There we go. Now it kicks into the riff there. Whoa, that's... So this, I think, is like a German... Well, I know it's German. I just forgot what it says. We'll get back to that later. So the word that goes on about the show is that they were falling apart and it was horrible, but I know this isn't the world's greatest fidelity, but it doesn't sound terrible to me.
The one thing that I noticed, though, with some of these shows is that I don't know if anybody really, if we've talked about it, if anybody talks about it, but like Coverdale and Hughes are just like way overshooting their vocals. You know what I mean? They're not singing in tune. They're just like, they're so hepped up and excited and energetic and, you know, on drugs that they're just like, they're singing like way off key, like too high.
I think some of that might be just the fact of what they were dealing with technology-wise back then. I know it's always hard to get a good vocal monitor mix, and maybe they couldn't hear themselves. I mean, there's also the other part of it as well, but that it could be more noticeable because they were just dealing with technical limitations of the venue or whatever.
Maybe.
Well, he's really kicked into like some funky clavinet on this, more so than on the record. You can sort of make out what Tommy's doing there, and it sounds really good. So this is the UK tour program. This is the reproduction that comes with the visual history book that I have. On the back of the program, it lists a bunch of albums that you can purchase, going all the way back to Shades of Deep Purple. And including 24 Karat Purple.
Wow.
And then the front cover is from that famous photo shoot where the part of it's in a pool hall, and Glenn is wearing like some fuzzy thing on his head, and he's wearing his Mork from Ork suspenders. And he's doing like what looks like West Coast, like a gang sign, sort of.
Yeah.
But, like, it's hard to tell, but it looks like, maybe I should zoom in. Yeah, so he's holding like a bottle of beer, like it looks like a German bottle of beer, and he's got his finger in it. See, he's like stuck his ring finger in the bottle.
He probably didn't know what the hell he was doing.
It's possible.
I mean, look at the look on his face. He's just kind of like,
and
looks like pod person Glenn.
And Coverdale is like scratching his nose.
Yeah, or picking it.
Ian Pace looks like he just caught you in bed with his sister.
Yeah, now that you're zooming in here, Tommy's the only one that looks cool. And I mean Lord, too.
Lord's like completely, his eyes are completely obscured by shadows.
Yeah.
So that's the opening cover. On the inside, we've got a very John Lord wearing like the serial killer glasses. Like he's like, welcome to my abode.
He's just like, hey, come here. I want to take some pictures.
He's holding what looks like a mallet or a hammer or something. So this kind of tells like the history of Deep Purple. It starts talking about the great year they had in 1972.
John Lord Gacy.
And then it just kind of goes back through their history.
Oh, they're kind of doing like sounds like an old school like Gillen Blackmore thing.
Yeah, it does. But it's guitar and bass instead of guitar and vocal. Again, I realize the quality is not good, but it sounds like a good performance so far. Maybe just falls apart at the end. One thing I have
jamming, you know?
read, and I can read some of the first person testimonials. There's some great like first person reviews on the Highway Star. Oop. Glenn with his wah pedal. But there's some great accounts of the show. And one person I remember said something like, they don't think that all four members of the band were, or I'm sorry, that all five members of the band were on the stage together for more than maybe 20 minutes of the show.
Oh, wow.
So maybe just, it could have been more vibes than necessarily the music part falling apart. So there's Ian Pace in the tour program. It says a little story about, they've got these kind of posterized images of the guys in the band.
The font, it looks like it says Ian Packey.
Ian Packey?
P-A-K-E.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a K, right? The I and the C.
Yeah. That's cool, though. They're using the Stormbringer font for all this. I like that.
Is that the Stormbringer font?
Yeah.
I thought it was another, like, random... No, it's that, like, weird 70s font.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. They're using a cool font.
A cool 70s font. Tells a story about Glenn Hughes learning to play guitar in his native Pinkridge, 20 miles north of Birmingham. Pinkridge? Where is that in relation to Wolverhampton? Let's see. Now this sounds like they're doing something from Play Me Out. Next part of the program is another picture from that photo session. But it's
Everybody
black.
seems to be more bathed in shadow.
Yes.
It's
A little
a
more
cool
black
photo
and white.
session, though.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Band
I
looks
want
cool.
to say it was Finn Costello that did that. I could be wrong. Then they got Tommy Bolin and David Coverdale on the next set of pages, telling a little bit of the background of both of them. And it says David Coverdale stepped into the vocalist role with the aplomb of a seasoned veteran. A little call and response.
Who the hell's calling
Yeah, that's what I'm.
or responding? I mean,
It wouldn't be Coverdale. So, the last page of the booklet has it says the man who wrote this review was obviously high, and it says Purple Extravaganza. But it's a review of a teaser, and it's a little ad for teaser. Oh, but it's a good review, so I don't know why they're saying the guy is high. It says, of course, this doesn't appeal to everyone. Some people may find that it's only necessary to put this album on the hi-fi to get off immediately. It's a real shit kicker, or as Tommy himself said, somewhat immodestly, it indulges in truly sexual relations with a close maternal relative, or words to that effect.
all right.
I think it would probably be less disturbing to just say it like kicks motherfucking ass or whatever they're trying to say there. It's like, sexual relations with a maternal relative. It's like, ugh.
Trying to be too hard to say it cool.
Yeah, and instead it sounds way more disturbing. And in the foyer, you could get your Deep Purple On Tour 76 shirt. That would be a nice one to have. It's David Coverdale pumping his fist, and I'm not seeing any available on eBay right now. So by mail, you can send your check to Roundup Promotions, 128-130 Putney Bridge Road, London, SW15. £1.75, including VAT. That's not bad. The sweatshirt's £3.95.
When the booklet come out?
For the 76 tour.
Yeah, pretty well done.
John looks like that wine is hitting pretty hard.
Yeah. You know how wine affects me.
So maybe this was a bad idea, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I might leave the glass over there and just
Just push it away.
yeah.
See, it's early for me. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm sure you haven't either.
No, me neither. Let's just turned 5 o'clock. I mean, what is this? The early bird special?
That's when the blue hairs go out and get their. So it goes in the love child after that.
I'm not gonna force feed myself a steak at 5 o'clock. I'll tell you that. You know that, right?
Yes.
Fine, we'll go later, but it's unheard of.
once your ears kind of get used to the quality, it's like, it's not that bad. I did put a little EQ on it because it was a little muddy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like once you adjust to a bootleg, then you're like, okay, I can start to pick it out. Plus, all these songs are like muscle memory. Like, I mean, we can just hear da 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 and just fill in the rest, you know.
Yeah, if you didn't know the songs, I would be like, hey, you've never heard Deep Purple? I've got the perfect thing to get you into it. It's this fan recording from what's widely regarded as one of their worst shows ever in 1976. Check it out.
Awesome. I can't wait to listen.
Let's see if you can hear the bass. Nah, not really.
A little bit.
Maybe I'll edit it in.
Just edit in us going burn.
Burn. Ooh, let's hear how they handle this. It sounds pretty good.
Well, yeah, well,
I mean, of course,
John Lord.
And Lord was not exactly the weak link at this point either.
No.
So I want to read one of the little commentaries here from the Highway Star. Okay, so this one is written by Keith Thompson. Eyewitness recollection. I was on row G that night and could see the expressions and body language on stage. You see, there were mixed emotions for me. I just missed out on seeing the classic Mark II lineup. Many of my age group in the audience just wanted to see Purple at any cost. Everyone that I met in the bar wanted Tommy to do well. They knew all about Glenn and David's talents. In my opinion, the band came on in good form. The opener was a rip-roarer burn, but soon after it was very clear that things were not right. In between were just solo efforts designed to get each member through what was obviously a very traumatic and confusing time. All 5 members were on stage together for the opener and closing number only, so there you go. Tommy's solo said it all. He still remains one of my heroes, but it still chokes me to say that he should have been in Liverpool Royal Infirmary that night. I think it was on You Keep On Moving, sung well enough as usual by Glenn, that Tommy stood almost motionless on the front of the stage with a little guitar synth, which went whoing when he managed to find a decent note. So yeah, I mean, maybe just like the vision of them not necessarily getting on was probably part of it. Coverdale's banter does seem a little muted.
Yeah.
This is like, you're very kind, thank you. She's not.
Wow.
So what better time to thank our next level of patrons than during a Mark IV version of Smoke on the Water?
Well, John, honestly, he didn't play the riff that bad.
No, there's one slight part during the first, like, dun, dun, and then I think on the third note, he just hit the one string instead of the two. But
Yeah.
it's not like it was, like, terrible, but. Of course, you're probably going to hear more of the crowd than them during this part. So our next level of patrons, we're, of course, thanking the core level patrons. Coming in at the $6.99, the nice price tier, we have Spike the Rock Cat's Ghost and Sugar Tea. I still need a jingle for Spike the Rock Cat's Ghost. I'm working on that. The episode $6.66 tier, we have Steve Coldwell, Arthur Smith, and Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, Kenny Wymore, Richie Sucksmith, and Sarah Jane. At the 70 Norwegian kroner, we have Kai Runa, Yes, I'm Norwegian Olsen. At the $5.99 The Nice Price tier, we have Adrian Hernandez.
Hernandez error.
Hey, who the hell are you?
And Scalloped Strat Matt. At the 60 Norwegian kroner tier, we have DJ Newt Morton Johansson. At the €5.50 tier, we have Merline Rota.
Hey,
And at the £4 Lucy 4 tier, we have Duncan Leask. What a perfect timing here.
Smoke on the water, fire in the sky.
At the $5 money lender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexei the Perfect Stranger Slepikoff, Kev Roberts, Scott Zerns, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf.
You guys ever have sex?
Coyote Bongwater, John Maselli,
Mamma mia, me maredate.
and Sarah Sanders,
No, Kelly Clarkson.
Jelly Bean, Evan Robeson, Purple Swede,
Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet.
Ralphie Lee,
I hope to meet you again real soon. You have a good deep purpley day.
and Joe Sigler. Joe Dopefish Sigler. Of the Dopefish. Now we bring you to your Deep Purple Classic already in progress. I was kind of listening to that guitar solo while I did that.
yeah.
Sounded pretty good. Sounds like the people aren't clapping in time with the music, which drives me insane.
Yeah, I hear somebody like, hear it?
Yep.
Pissing me off.
Ooh, that was a nice little drum piece by Pacey there. So he goes on to say in this, where is it? In this review, I just felt numb all the time. I was thinking, come on, Tommy, show them. I'd bought Teaser the week before and was knocked out. Inevitably, there were some understandable calls for The Cat and Richie, but mercifully, Tommy was too spaced out to hear them. He stared at my group of friends for one fleeting moment, and we gave him the thumbs up. He gave us one back. We knew he was ill. I have a lump in my throat writing this. Moving on. He was rescued by Glenn, who came in with the bass line, and eventually David, John, and Pacey, who gave him the opportunities of riffing into Burn. John actually did all the chords, major solos, and arpeggio work, listen to last concert in Japan, and that's what we really got. But here we go. Everybody's favorite. Did somebody boo?
I think that was the guitar.
I think somebody in the crowd went, boo! I don't know. That was a pretty good playing by Tommy right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably worth mentioning that I didn't mention at the top of the show.
Yeah.
Which I should have, but I'm an idiot. This episode will come out. This is 50 years since this show.
Yeah.
So this episode is going to come out on March 16th, the day after the 50th anniversary of this performance. So
Ooh. You're welcome.
when John was just a wee one of just about a month old, Deep
This was
Purple were
happening.
playing the last part of their shows before they regrouped in 1984. And I was just a twinkle in my parents' eye.
Not for long.
Here we go. I gotta say, I like the Smoke on the Water kind of descending into Georgia on My Mind. I know not a lot of people it's not their favorite thing when Glenn does his thing. I love it. I don't like how they go back to Smoke on the Water after. I guess they have to kind of tie it in, but I don't like the smoke, ah, bah, bah! Like the back and forth. It's just like, I don't know, it just kind of ruins the mood for me. I think it would have been better if they just went like bomb, 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 and then did like concert ending or something like that to recall it. I just don't like it's too much screaming.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just my take. But they certainly liked it because they did it for years. So here we are, John Lord, almost doing the beginning of Perfect Strangers there, it sounded like. John Lord fuging it up on his solo. Mother Fugers.
You fugued it up, Mother Fuger.
What was that? So this our friend Keith Thompson here. Not actually our friend, we don't know him, but if he was at the show, I'd love to talk to him. He was rescued by Glenn. Okay, I don't recall David's exit being all that dramatic, but I do recall Glenn's. It was strange because everyone else had left. Glenn seemed inclined to do a second encore, but no one followed him back on.
Because they were like, no, come back here. We just for a minute, we gotta talk. We gotta tell you something.
And then he said, I distinctly remember him calling to his left, shaking his head and tossing his bass guitar high in the air. No Blackmore-style smashing sessions, just pure anger and frustrations. It bounced twice on the stage. The speakers thundered. It was over. Jeez. I guess we'll likely be able to hear that on the recording. So the writer says that John, meaning John Lord, recalls that the band played badly and were not booed off. The reason? I picked up 2 reactions from other conversations in the hall and on the train. Basically, people of my age group, approximately 16, were just honored to have been at a Deep Purple gig and went back convincing themselves that this is what Purple were about. Older people with more flexible allegiances were saying that Purple were finished. Sadly, a few days later, they were proved right. Although the official word of them breaking up didn't really come out until July of that year. There's never any like real word of who did the recording on these things. I wonder if that was just because they didn't want to be I mean, you know, they didn't want that level of fame because it might come with getting banned from future concerts or legal action.
Maybe. So we don't know.
No, I mean somebody must know.
I mean, sometimes our bootlegs, they're just out there. You don't know who recorded them.
See, I'd want to get credit. I want to be like, hey, I recorded that, but it's probably a good idea not to.
Well, since you weren't born yet.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't. Don't blame me. So they did record the split of the band in Circus Magazine. In the back pages, it says London, Purple hushed. Split is final, and it looks like this was reported. Actually, it doesn't say when this article is from. But they show another, in this article, yet another picture from the famed photo shoot, the Mork from Ork photo shoot. The look on Glenn's. Glenn's looking over like, huh? And Tommy's like rushing at the camera. Ian Pace is wearing a kimono.
Good stuff.
Says that after 8 years of final breakup, the end has come for Deep Purple. After months of rumors and years of personnel changes, the group's manager, Rob Cooksey, announced a final split brought on by the planned departure of singer David Coverdale. I'll put that link to that in the show notes. Whoa, it's going into full Atari Alien mode here. They call them Glover and Gillian. It says Roger Glover and Ian Gillian. He calls them Gillian twice. And they call Glenn Hughes with one N. They don't call him Roger Grover, though. Somebody's laughing. It's interesting to hear that. Have you ever been to a show where like the band was obviously just like completely falling apart?
I'm trying to think.
Or just had a terrible show? I can't think of think of anything.
I know I have. I just can't think of who right now.
I don't think I've ever been at a show that that was like obvious that the band was not getting along, or there was drama, or they were just like playing really terribly.
Well, they're lucky.
I guess
yeah,
so.
really.
All right, so this apparently they go into Lazy, which is not like a ton of everyone. Does it annoy you when people start clapping along at concerts?
Yeah.
Because it's like you never know.
Of course. I mean, it's me. You know what annoys me. I just want to turn around and be like, shut the fuck up.
Even things that shouldn't annoy you. So of course
because
that annoys you.
Devolves into like clapping off time, and then it just kind of tapers off.
And then it tapers off, and it just sounds like, are we supposed to stop now? Why did we start? But I might have talked about this on the show before, but have you seen the Harry Connick show where he's people start clapping and they're like on the 1 and 3 and he needs them on like the 2 and 4 or something, and he's like, so he throws in like 1 bar of like 5-4 to get them on the right on the right one. I was like, that's a pretty nice move.
Smart guy.
He's like, you bastards, I gotta freaking put an extra to put a time change in my song to correct you. They don't do like a whole version of the song, do they?
I think they might only do the instrumental part. Because I don't ever remember hearing Hughes or Coverdale sing this.
No. I've got to say, as I washed this Come Taste the Band glass before the episode,
Yeah.
very good, nice sturdy glass too. It's not.
Yeah, it is.
I know for a fancy wine glass, it's supposed to be super, super thin, but it's like, why? Just so you can break it more easily. This is it's a stemless wine glass.
Yeah.
I still think we need like the big that big glass, like the actual album, the goblet. Yes, thank you.
Oh.
All right, we stand corrected. Maybe we have heard them do. They must have done this on King Biscuit, right?
And if they have, it hasn't been frequent.
Yeah, they do. They do it on King Biscuit.
Yeah.
I feel like it works well for Coverdale's voice.
Yeah, it's very bluesy, as is he.
And Glenn's a little not sounding lazy. I don't understand, how do people get out of time the longer it goes on? Like, how do you not correct that?
Because people get lazy. They're like, they start to clap and then they just
Okay,
like,
I thought you were making a joke.
I regret this. Oh no, yeah, no. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's like, it's not hard to clap in time.
No, but I think halfway through they're just like, I fucking regret this. And then they just give up.
Yeah, but don't they realize that clapping late on the beats and too slow is way worse than just not clapping at all? Like, just stop. But there are some times where like the singer will go like this, clap the hands above their head, and they're like signaling you to clap. I guess it's okay to do it when they're asking for it.
Yeah. He was asking for it.
Why were you clapping? He was asking for it.
He was asking for it.
Like, listen, I wasn't there, so I can't speak to it, but maybe the quality of this bootleg is hiding a lot. I mean, I'm sure it is, but to me, honestly, it sounds better than Last Concert in Japan so far.
Oh yeah. I think they picked like the worst of the worst for that show.
Wow. Sounds like you hit like rototoms. Brrr. So this actually goes into Ian Pace's drum solo. Which does not seem to be very long, thankfully. But they're loving it. So this,
I mean, doesn't sound bad.
No, not at all. This review looks like it was actually written by Rasmus over at Highway Star. He says, the band amble on stage, and while the cheering increases and Ian Pace does a final test around his tom-toms, David Coverdale greets the audience with, "We've got some rock and roll for you." The band crashed into a powerful opening, and it seems like Tommy Bolin starts the Burn riff too early. The tape of this show is clearly off time, lo-fi and distorted, the music sounding like the taper has positioned himself carefully at the far end of the venue. Coverdale says, "We're going to do some new songs for you off Come Taste the Band." This elicits a huge cheer from the crowd, clearly eager to hear the new songs. In Coverdale's introduction to which songs they'll do at the show, he rattles off pretty much every other Deep Purple album previously released, and the crowd seems to appreciate them all. Of course, they don't really do anything from any other albums other than, what, Burn, Stormbringer, and Machine Head.
Right.
Does you think David Coverdale's like, "We're gonna be doing some songs off of Book of Taliesin"?
Yeah, woo! The Shield.
Says, while David Coverdale tells the crowd that Getting Tighter is about getting pissed, John Lord is passing the time by fiddling around on the organ with a neat little run. Generally, the band is very messy between songs. Tommy Bolin opens Get Tighter quietly, and the band joins in with an interestingly jazzy passage. Tommy then takes off with the riff, and Glenn Hughes sings about losing yourself and watching the band kick back and play. In the funky solo break, Tommy Bolin takes the lead, but it's hard to make out the notes from this tape. The solo ends in a barrage of effect-filled noises. The longer middle section where the band really branches out works quite well, and it sounds like they're having fun. Deep Purple is at full throttle. It's okay, so it sounds like Rasmus is having a more charitable take on this, as we are.
Benefit of the doubt, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like like you said, the sound quality, probably, like if this were like high def soundboard recording, something like that,
maybe it would be worse overall.
Yeah, we probably like hear every little, mistake, but I mean, from what I can get here, I agree with you that if there was a better recording of this, it probably would have been better than last concert in Japan. Well, also the selection of songs too. Like they could have like Getting Tighter on there or something would have been nice.
Yeah.
Stuff like this, when they were jamming around.
Okay. So here they go into Homeward Strut.
Well, yeah, right.
Which is cool. So
rather than just like, hey, you know what show would be great to record and put out as an album? Like the one where Tommy fell asleep drunk on his arm.
I think the unfortunate thing is, and we probably talked about it on that episode, but you rent out all that equipment and everything. It's like there's no turning back. Nowadays, they'd be like, yeah, whatever, we'll just do it again tomorrow night. It's much more trivial now to do even a high quality recording. The amount of gear you need, the cost of that gear, and the setup of it is just so much easier now.
Yeah.
So this says, Rasmus says, the band goes straight into Tommy Bolin's Homeward Strut, which sees John Lord pick the melody line on the synth. The song almost falls apart at one point when only Pace and Boland continue while Glenn tells the crowd he wants to see everybody standing up. One wonders whether he could see anything at all.
I don't know. It sounded pretty good. You know, it's just too bad though, because it's like obviously Tommy had problems in his final years, but unfortunately those were the Deep Purple years, and so it's just like anybody that's just into him with Deep Purple, it's just like the genius of his playing is just like marred by that. Like I've read things where people are just like, I don't know what's so great about this guy, he sucks, and it's just like, yeah, but you haven't listened to everything that he's done. And, you know, he has had some shining spots in Purple.
Oh, 100%. I mean, his work on both his solo albums and, of course, all of his recorded stuff is just impeccable.
Yeah, exactly. No matter when it is. I mean, even the last solo album, all that stuff was great.
It's just the
live stuff.
Yeah, the live stuff is going to be hit or miss.
Yeah. Well, this stuff I think is pretty much hit. You know, he sounds like he's really, you know, nailing it. But I mean, people have had bad nights too.
George Benson there.
I mean, you know how many great guitar players there are that have, like, you know, been substance abuse and they've just been able to put on great shows anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially back in the 70s. Now look at Clapton.
Well, and for the most part, from what I gather from interviews, is that they didn't really understand that they really felt like Glenn was the one who was really far gone, and Tommy hit it a lot better. I mean, I think they acknowledged they knew Tommy was not exactly what does John Lord say? He's like, we didn't expect him to be drinking milk, but
he wasn't exactly what you'd call a teetotaler,
right? But so I think the focus was on Glenn and sending him back to rehab and all that sort of stuff, where Tommy was just hiding it better.
Yeah.
And can you imagine the things that the managers of bands like around this time would have been dealing with members of the band? Like every night had to have been like, oh my God, I gotta prop this guy up. I gotta shoot him full of something to get him going and just push him out, wheel him out on a stage and hope for the best.
Yeah.
It's not like Deep Purple had the market cornered on that sort of thing by any means. In fact, they probably had more members of the band that were of sound mind and body than most. You know, Glenn and Tommy had their nights, but for the most part, the other guys, they drink or whatever, but
they pretty much held it together. I mean, I never heard of like Lord, Pace, or Coverdale like falling apart. At any
no,
point,
not at all. And it's a good thing too, because who knows what it would have been.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if John Lord had ever had a bad night, I don't want to know about it.
I can't. I've never heard. I mean,
I can't even picture it. You know, it's just like, what would he be like just playing, and all of a sudden you're like, and he'd be like, whoops.
But John Lord is
worst I could think of.
But John Lord's the king of he hits one bad note and he just makes it work.
Yeah.
He hits it 3 more times and then works it into a new little run, and you're like, oh, he meant to do that, which is what most professionals do. He's just too good and too professional to ever let anything like that get in his way. So now they go into this time around.
We're all very, very tired, especially me. After 6 months, it's been 6 months, we've been working every night, more or less, all over the world. And this is our last gig for about
So Glenn's talking about how they've been on the road for 6 months. This is our last gig for a while. So they did have a German tour booked, I believe, after this. Let's see here.
Whatever you want to do tonight, you do it because
No, that's bad advice. Don't listen to him.
Why? What do you do?
So whatever you want to do, just do it. It's like,
The promoters are like, no, don't listen to them.
This is bad advice. All right, so he goes into the... So nowadays he'd have his little stage piano to play, but he just plays this on the organ. So I'm gonna read this German announcement in German, just because I know probably like Raf Kaff and Norman Weichelbaum will get a kick out of it. First Frühjahr hat die Nubeset Gruppe ein Deutschland-Tour angekündigt, dann wird es sich zeigen, ob alte Erfolge wiederholbar sind.
You're braver than I am.
That translates as, for spring, the newly added group announced a tour of Germany. Then it will show if old achievements are repeatable. But that did not happen. They announced this tour that they're on here in January of 1976. And I'm wondering if they were only supposed to play one London show and then added the second, but... Was that somebody with a whistle?
I was going to say.
It's like a traffic cop there. With the white gloves on.
I'm dropping. Give me 20.
So you always have to wonder if this is the first time. They've been waiting for 2 years now to see Deep Purple, and not only did they come, maybe they're not at 100%, and there's no Blackmore, which already pisses people off. But I would love to know if I was transported back in time to this venue, I could witness it myself. I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time believing I would do anything but just have a great time because of the historical value. But I'm not hearing what we heard on the last concert in Japan. That's just me. But they're about to go into Ode to G, followed by the Tommy Bolin guitar solo, so...
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, Tommy Bolin guitar solo might be our time to thank the last level of patrons. And Highway Star, which they close it out with, which has actually Mark IV Highway Star has become one of my favorites now. Just to hear what Coverdale's going to say.
Right.
All right, so here they go. And these songs don't necessarily blend into each other 100% as they were taken from a playlist, but let's...
Somebody blew the whistle again. Traffic cop.
Hey, keep it moving. There was too much space between songs. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
So weird to think of Highway Star as the closing song to a Purple show, right?
Yeah, right? When's the last time? That would be an interesting one. When's the last time they closed with Highway Star? This might be it. Well, I guess, there had to have been other times they saved it as an encore, right? they're not going to put it in the middle of the set. So I guess any times where they decided they were going to open with anything else, it would be relegated to a first or second encore.
It's interesting to hear bands do that, where the songs that are like now notoriously an opener or closer or whatever, like I think around like 92, 93, like Kiss put Rock and Roll All Night like in the middle of their shows.
That's crazy.
Seriously, that was my first concert, actually. It was a Revenge.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't think anything of it, but it's very cool, but also weird to think like, all right, like what the hell was the last song?
Right. It's like what is it in the Denmark show? Yeah. They do "Smoke on the Water" is just in the middle of the set because they're like, this is a new song on our new album, because I think it was right before Machine Head had even been released.
Which is
so
interesting.
This is like the new song, and it's just amazing to see it in the moment.
Yeah, no, it's. I think it's interesting to either go to shows like that or hear shows like that to like kind of, hear that point in a band's history, like where the song is, they're trying out something new, or the song's not like legendary yet, like in the Denmark show.
And it's like, this is "Smoke on the Water," and there's like no reaction from the audience. They're just listening, it's just, usually it's like they play that opening riff and then everyone goes wild. Like even going back to Made in Japan, which is only like a year later, it was already the big hit. So it's just seeing a bunch of Danes sitting there going, oh, interesting, "Smoke on the Water. Well, let's listen to this.
I don't know why, but that sounded like derogatory.
You bunch of Danes.
Dane.
All right, so this goes into the Tommy Bolin solo. So, whoa.
Sounds like a Gene Simmons bass solo.
So, yeah, right. It does sound like a bass. Rasmus says when it's time for Tommy Bolin's solo, things start to get nasty. He proceeds to make his guitar and echo effect stutter all over the crowd with a noise that sounds more like a car engine reluctant to start. The crowd becomes vocal, and he attempts a run or two before hecklers take over, and right by the taper, a guy yells, "We want Richie!"
Ooh, you know what?
Tommy
what? Don't read the patrons over this. I want to hear this.
Okay. Tommy soldiers on, but his playing seems aimless and unimaginative. The shouter returns with "Give us Richie back." A meandering slide guitar show-off does little to help cool the crowd, and they seem more restless than before. When Tommy stops after a long, rhythmical, bluesy passage, the crowd erupts again with a loud request for Richie, and Tommy's ensuing subdued attempt at some gentle picking seems completely lost on the audience, and they no longer wait for Tommy to stop before shouting their abuse. Oh boy, I guess we need to listen to this, huh?
Yeah. Oh shit. That's bad.
Ouch. Oof, that guy is... Some people are yelling Tommy, though.
Yeah, I hear like, come on, Tommy.
So you wonder... You hear a lot of things about him getting heckled.
Yeah.
But you wonder how much of it is just people remembering these little bits and pieces from a bootleg or something, you know? Not saying that he wasn't, but, like, did it get exaggerated over time?
Maybe. But, I mean, I think that always happened with other guitar players. I mean, look what happened with Randy Rhoads.
Right.
I mean, like, the first guitar players after him, Jakey Lee, you know, everybody was like, Randy! You know, people being just dicks about it.
The crowd does sound a little hostile.
I mean, it does sound, honestly, it does sound like Tommy's up there just like dicking around. I mean, it's not like last concert in Japan bad, but it's definitely like, I have to agree, his playing doesn't sound particularly inspired. It did, like, he doesn't sound terrible, like he knows what he's doing, but it's like, I think he's just kind of having like a meh night.
On the last concert in Japan, it's clear that he just doesn't have the physical ability. Like he's doing his best, but just doesn't have it. Here, it sounds like he's probably just a bit out of it, to say the least.
Yeah, it sounds like he's bored or out of it. I mean, you can tell that he can play, but
people are supporting him. They're clapping. They're saying "Go Tommy," but there's definitely, for every person clapping and saying "Go Tommy," you just got one guy near the bootleg going, "We want Richie." But also, when you talked about people heckling Jakey Lee or whatever, it's like we've talked about with like, John Lord's not in the band. It's like the man is no longer with us. Like, that's just beyond. Like, it's not like, oh, there was a creative difference and I'm going to voice my concern. I wish that you guys had worked it out. The man died. Like,
exactly.
It's preposterous. That's where somebody yelled, "Get off." I think this is where I say he does like a little bluesy thing.
Sounds like he's doing his little reggae thing.
Sounds like Pacey's joining him on this one. Almost sounds like he's doing like an immigrant song. Yeah, so I wonder, if Pacey was normally coming in, or if he's just coming in to kind of just like give him a little structure here. I don't know. I don't engage in the type of substances he was, so I don't know. Maybe if like you're like when he stops playing and there's those long gaps, like if your just sense of time is kind of off, because usually you'd expect this big cheer, but it's just kind of like sounds like unrest in the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
The guy with the whistle.
It does sound so meandering.
Now it sounds more like you were saying, like somebody, like you're throwing a flag on the play.
Foul! You're not playing a good solo. I mean, yeah, it's just kind of like if he was like, you know what it sounds like if he was like noodling around backstage, like warming up.
Well, I think if this was like a Grateful Dead show or something, like this sort of thing would probably be more. But with Deep Purple, I think people expected more like fire, less like noodling. So this might be the point where the band was like, "Oh God," listening to what the people were yelling. Oh boy! Yeah, somebody said "F you" too. Of course, easy to yell when you're at the back of the.
Well, they could have been yelling at it. They could have been yelling at each other too. Like, somebody say Speed King.
Good luck, buddy.
I swear to God, I just thought I heard it in there. Like Speed King. Oof. Ah, there it is.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did hear that. So now this is going to go from this into Stormbringer. It says, after too long, Tommy is saved by the band in Stormbringer, which both in title and in style is a stark contrast to what went before it. Tommy does an inspired solo in the song, and all seems forgiven. So maybe they just didn't like that solo. And it wasn't great. We know what Tommy's capable of. All right, so now from here, it's going to go into Stormbringer. Coverdale's doing his best impression of himself on the album. Glenn sounds like he's running out of steam too.
Yeah.
So Rasmus says, it's the usual Mark IV prolonged ending where at first it grinds to a halt only to be slowly revived. Very effective. So it's got that thing where it goes da 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 dum, and then there's on the organ, which always kind of just seems like something's missing.
Yeah.
See, listen to his solo here. It's like he needed something behind him, some structure.
Yeah, maybe he just wasn't making good choices for his guitar solo.
Again, I think your whole sense of reality and time and everything is skewed depending on what. Again, I'm the last person to explain this sort of thing because I don't have a ton of first-hand experience.
What, being all fucked up?
Yes. I've never delved into any drugs, let alone the stuff that Tommy was doing at this time.
I mean, I've definitely been out of it in my time, but I've also haven't been trying to, like, you know, perform a concert.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
Really just trying to, like, get home.
Yes. What was it you said to me in Florida when I was driving and you were like...
You were hitting those speed bumps.
Yeah.
And I was saying, Nate, I know it's not your fault, but you gotta stop hitting those speed bumps, man.
It's like, you just wanted me to pull over.
Yeah, pull over in this parking garage.
Just wait till I sober up, then you can go over the speed bumps.
And you know, you probably weren't driving like a madman either.
No, I wasn't hitting them at like 40 miles an hour. I was just I tried to take them as gingerly as I could.
Not good enough. Oh, good times.
Oof. Even with this low quality, you can really hear that, just feel that bass drum, how it must have felt in the venue. Oh, Glenn's got the wah out, you know. You know, he's feeling himself.
He's just spanking that bass.
As my son's been playing bass since like shortly before Christmas, he's getting pretty good. And
really?
Yeah, he's really advancing quickly. Like, you know, it's just like a few months ago he couldn't play anything, and now I can just like kind of walk him through some stuff. But he came up with this really nasty bass line from like a song that he likes. He's like, "Can you teach me how to play this?"
Nice.
And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I listened to it. I was like, "Wow, this is a really good bass line." Do you have ever heard of Thundercat?
I've heard of Thundercats.
Yeah. Thundercat is a bass player, and he's like, he's just like, I don't know how to do it. Just like on a next level. He plays like this crazy like 6-string semi-hollow bodied bass, and he plays these like crazy bass lines. He's like, "Can you teach me this bass line? It's by a guy called Thundercat." I'm like, "Really, dude?" But it was one of his more accessible bass lines, so I figured it out pretty easily. It'd be like, you know, if somebody asked you, is like, "I've got this thing I want to learn how to play. It's by Steve Vai. Could you show me real quick?"
Sure, and then I just pick it up and I go, "Bang!" All right, that's all I know.
Yeah, I'm done. This one definitely looks, by the look of it, like this. It must have been much louder because it's like the music is almost like completely maxed out. It's like almost clipping.
Yeah. Remember when they used to have a Guitar World magazine? They'd have all the tabs in it for these songs.
Yeah.
I remember, like, you know, I did like Black Sabbath and Kiss and everything, and then there was, I remember one of them had Steve Vai in it, and I just flipped to it, and there was just so much shit on the page, and I was like, oh, not even gonna try.
It's like, here, you just learned the riff for Iron Man. Now here's Passion and Warfare. It's like, great.
Exactly. I just remember like, maybe I could give it a try. No, nope. Even know what half of this shit is. Are fingers supposed to bend that way?
Do they have guitars with 32 frets? See, they seem a little more appreciative now. So this is one of their kind of meandering fake endings. So, should we start like some predictions about what he's gonna say during Highway Star? Big fat what?
All right, no, we don't. You haven't heard it, right?
Nope.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with knockers.
Do they say jugs in the UK? I don't know if that's really a... Or maybe I'll just pick something else like big fat thighs or something.
That would be my guess, just because he did it before and it fits in really well. I think he said big fat tits one time too. That was really funny.
I think that's on I think that's California Jam where he says that.
Yeah.
And probably other places too, but
I don't know, I think when you put those two words together, they're just so funny. Just fat tits. I don't know why it's so funny. Because it's just so crass.
Did we talk about it before on that episode with Chief Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine when he's undercover in Florida?
Yeah.
As like a and he's pretending to be like a married man.
Yeah. I think I remember that episode.
And he says something about he's like, my wife's wheaty breasts.
Yes.
He doesn't know how to use the terminology. It's great.
I know. Holt, he was so good. Oh, he was such a great character.
All right, here we go. Highway Star Encore. Oh.
They know.
That sounds like the Speed King guy. I think it's a guy.
Wow. Would he travel through time and he goes to every show?
It would make sense if he's the guy recording it, right? All right, so afterwards, the band begin their farewell, but the crowd won't let them go. The atmosphere has turned from one of near hate to exaltation for the band's return. A guy shouting for Highway Star is granted his wish as David Coverdale introduces a song about speed, which is kind of a tricky thing to say, right? Because it could be speaking.
Yes.
We'll have to see if we can...
He says tires first. No, but it's usually like the other verses where he starts throwing in his little, his little fun names.
Ah, tits. He's going for the classic. He doesn't want to get too in the weeds.
He's going for the classics.
The classic for him, not the actual song. So Rasmus writes here, you can't take away from the band that they had power and stamina, but compared to modern day Deep Purple, this lot sound like an elephant in a candy store. They are simply all over the place. After a verse or two of Highway Star, the taper seems to move right up to the PA, and the sound is distorted almost beyond recognition. A shame, as the band is really thundering along. At one point, they venture into Not Fade Away. Oh yeah, there he definitely got a little closer. I'm trying to see if I can EQ it on the fly, but I don't think there's any saving this. Okay. I think we might have to call it a day.
Start reading the patrons.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Okay. Should have stayed. He should have stayed a little further back. Well, yeah. What better time to thank all of our patrons? And of course, we're at the point now in the show where we're going to thank our foundation level patrons. Coming in at the £3.50 Deep Purple New York tier, we have Lord Longford. At the £3 Aromatic Feed tier, we have Simon Ford. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore Tights.
What are you laughing about?
It's so funny because you're talking and just underneath you, all I hear is just static.
It's just like, I can edit it out in the mix.
Yeah.
At the €2.50 Too Many Tears tier, we have Soldier of Fortune. At the $3.33 Halfway to Evil tier, we have Stephen Sharp. At the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we have Peter Gardeau.
Oh, Pete, yeah. Pete, thanks a lot. I'm going to have a sip on you.
Mark Roback. Oh, wait, did I skip Ian DeRosier? Mark Roback. Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjellbu. Runar Simonson. Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette. Then we have Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler.
Make your love.
Michael, Matt in Vegas, and Jesus Christ Superstar. At the 19.31 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
My main Dane right there, Karsten Lau. At the $1 made up name tier, we have the, I don't know, Bring Leaky Back, Leaky Mausoleum, Stephen Somerville, the Concerto 1999 Fanatic, Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionel, Zwapper, the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco Pants and Haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
And Sick Tone.
Where is she? Where is she? Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to all of you for your support of the Deep Purple podcast. Now to your distorted mess. Already in progress. So here's a tip to you folks. If you're going to start recording, now you've got better level readers and all that, but if you're going to start recording a show, don't go moving around. this was not the world's highest quality bootleg to begin with, but this is definitely
no, it's just
the ending's a little rough. But once they finish up the song and wrap it up, then I think we'll see. Maybe we can hear a little bit at the end. I've brought the volume down, but there's no amount of volume you can decrease that's going to get rid of that level of distortion. But yeah, so as we said, and we've talked about it on the show, they didn't know necessarily that the band was broken up right away, and Tommy and Glenn at least didn't find out until later. Obviously, if you want to go back a few hundred episodes, you can get to the things that happened after the band broke up, all of their various solo and combined efforts. We've got Malice in Wonderland, Tommy's solo stuff, the Coverdale solo albums, Glenn Hughes' Play Me Out, and Rob Cooksey in Japan again said the band will not record or perform together as Deep Purple again. So now there's the Echoplex kind of ringing out.
Oh, there we go.
And get back to
Good
the
timing.
crowd. So yeah, definitely ended on a good note for sure. After the after the the guitar solo, you definitely could feel even through the recording that that was probably a pretty uncomfortable room to be in.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I've ever been at a show where I've felt like, like I should probably be making my way towards the exit doors just in case things get real ugly.
Yeah, yeah.
But it sounded like that might have been one of them.
Yeah, that was I mean, honestly, not overall not a bad show. I mean, historically it's interesting. Playing was definitely much better than we heard in the the last concert in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Which unfortunately it would have been really good to hear a better quality version of this, although at this point, of course, why would they be recording it if things are kind of going this way, and the German leg of the tour never kicked off.
Right.
The Deutschland tour, I can read that word. Yeah, and that's it. Now we're if we want to keep to keeping things in that 50th anniversary sort of thing, we'll need to wait about 6 more years before we can get to the is it 6 more?
8.
Yeah. No. 8 more? Yeah, 8 more years until we get to the if we want to do an 50th anniversary of them getting back together show. But who knows if we'll still be doing the Deep Purple podcast in 8 years.
Who knows?
Who knows? It's anybody. Anybody could say. But I have enjoyed this. Wine grew on me. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I've taking it pretty slow through an entire Deep Purple bootleg, and I've only drunk about 3/4 of it.
The rest of mine with
John's perked up after his. Do you get the after work sleepies?
Yes.
Me too. Oh, so bad.
Yeah, I do.
Sometimes I was just like, sometimes I'll just like park my car in my driveway or my garage. I just sit there and I'm like, maybe I just go to sleep here. But then once I get in the house and start moving around, I feel better. But those midday sleepies, they get me every day now. The older I get.
Yep. Well, I mean, we got a daylight savings time coming up at the end of this week. So that's
early this year, right?
Yeah, I think.
I think it's a little earlier than normal.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
I mean
the bad one.
But I mean, well, I know everybody's yeah, we gotta get up earlier. Like, I mean, for me, it's like I'm used to jet lag and traveling.
Right, yeah.
So an hour here or there, it's just like when I wake up and I look at the clock the next morning, every clock changes automatically now. So basically,
you don't even know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like it's all in your mindset. I'm not, I lost an hour of sleep. Get all pissed off about it. It's just like I think, hey, we get more sunlight, and with more light later, That means more being outside, more being active in general. And, that's when I think the sleepies kind of go away, for me anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, like you said, with our work schedules being what they are, like we're always doing goofy shifts and everything. So I'm just always tired. But one thing's for sure, I'm not tired of talking about Deep Purple yet.
Nope.
With you, my friend. And for that very reason,
Me
say
neither.
we meet here again next week. Same Purple time, same Purple channel, and talk
Of
about
course.
what are we going to talk about, John?
Who knows?
That was perfectly synced up.
And of course, like, I enjoy talking about Deep Purple, although with you, although you would think that I didn't from the way that you were just like when we were texting each other, and I'm just like, yeah, let's get this over with. Like, I didn't mean it that way, because I said, yeah, I could wait. I want to. The way that it sounded was like really funny. The way we were texting it right before the show, because
yeah, I said
you were asking me if I was still going to be ready early, and you said, okay, ready whenever you are. I said, lucky for you, I could still do 4. Only if you want, either way is okay for me. I said, I'd rather be done early. And you go, let's get this shit over with. I said, well, now you make it sound like it's unenjoyable. But I could see how you heard it in my voice.
Yes. Yeah, I'd rather be done
I'd
early.
rather be done early. Of course, like, I didn't write, yeah, but you could hear it.
I could hear it. Well, all right, folks. Well, we will be back next week where we can get this shit over with, like we always like to.
Yep.
Later.
Bye.
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.